पहली चीज़ ये है कि जिस तरीके से G20 का अभी तक कन्वर्सेशन चला है, उसमें जॉइंट कम्युनिके कितना फिजिबल लगता है, खास करके तब जबकि ठीक इसके पहले चाइना फिर एक मैप रिलीज़ करके जिसको कहते हैं इरिटेशन खड़ा करना, वो कोशिश कर रहा है कि अक्साई चीन, अरुणाचल उसका पार्ट है। हम बहुत माइंडफुल हैं इस बात के लिए कि G20 इकोनॉमिक कॉपरेशन का एजेंडा है और वहाँ हमको साइड ट्रैक नहीं होना चाहिए। फिर भी ये चाइना ओवरहैंग तो जाने वाला नहीं है।
नहीं, देखिए ये अलग अलग विषय है और कुछ लोग जो हैं हमारे यहाँ एम्बेसडर्स भी हैं, तो मैं इनको इसलिए मैं इंग्लिश में मैं समझाना चाहता हूँ। So the question really was twofold. One is, in a sense, where is the G20 going? Will you get a communique? That essentially was one part of it. And the second was reference to map in the inverted commas are mine, which was put out by China. So here is the answer. Where the G20 is concerned, you know, we as chair, as a very consultative chair and a very committed chair, we have held many meetings. We have tried to build a consensus. Many G20 ambassadors are here in the room, and they know. They have sat themselves in many of these meetings. So I am very confident that when we reach the G20 summit, that the collectively within the G20, there will be a shared interest in coming out with a common solution and a common statement about all the key problems of the world. And we certainly from our side will do everything to make that possible. I'm very confident that that will happen. It is a process right now. The second issue, जो आपका सवाल था वो
about the map that they have released today.
So this is this map which China has put out. Look, China has even in the past put out maps which claim the territories which are not China's, which belong to other countries. This is an old habit of theirs. It is not something which is new. It started in the 1950s. So just by putting out a map claiming territories, some of which are part of India, I think doesn't make that. I mean, these are very much part of India. So I would say, but I would not relate the two countries. I think we are very clear. We are very clear what our territories are. This government is very clear about what we need to defend our territories. You can already see that on our borders. So I think there should be no doubt about that. Just making absurd claims doesn't make other people's territory yours. Let's be very clear on that.
Agreed. But then where does it put us in terms of the 1920 rounds of conversations that we had with them on disengagement? So what's happening on that?
No, that's a different issue. That the disengagement talks are pertaining to the line of actual control. This is a map issue. I mean, this is not the first time they issued a map, as you know that they've been going. So I think there are two different issues. The disengagement talks, what is going on there.
Are you hopeful?
Which?
About disengagement conversations, are you hopeful?
I'm a person who spent a lifetime in diplomacy. Only hopeful and optimistic people come to diplomacy. So, there is no problem. There's no problem I believe we cannot solve. It is, and when I am representing in diplomacy 1.4 crore Indians, 140 crore Indians, I think there should be no doubt about that. Because look, as a nation of 1.4 billion people today, we have a weight in the world. We have an influence in the world. We stand for something. So it isn't just, you raise it in the context of the boundary issues. But I go back to your G20 question. People look at us and say, here is a country, 1.4 billion people, 140 crore Indians. When they have done things, there was a time where say, what we have done for developing world, it has an impact. I think today, not only for the developing world, a lot of what we have done in digital, I think today is also an example for the developed world. that we have been able to show delivery in housing, delivery in health, delivery in farmers programs, which is riding on a digital backbone. We are a living example today of the power of technology and what it can do to the lives of people.